The city went dark, not with a flicker, but with a sudden, absolute silence. One moment, the hum of the refrigerator, the faint glow of a screen, the distant murmur of traffic. The next, an oppressive, thick quiet, broken only by the startled yelp of a dog 2 blocks over. Car alarms began to wail, one by one, like a chaotic chorus. Panic rippled, unseen but felt, through the apartment complex. Voices rose from nearby windows, confused, frustrated, afraid. Yet, in one apartment, tucked away on the 3rd floor, a different scene unfolded. Maria felt the sudden plunge into darkness, but her hand moved not to her phone, nor to fumble for a flashlight, but to a comfortable, well-worn blanket. She moved slowly, deliberately to the window, watching the city lights vanish like extinguished stars. Her breath remained even. There was no surge of anxiety, no frantic worry about the food in the fridge or the lack of connectivity. Just a quiet observation of the changed world outside and a deeper stillness within. This wasn't a sudden, unearned calm. This was the quiet resilience forged over years, built on a foundation that most of us seldom consider until the ground beneath us crumbles. Maria, in her understated way, had been building an inner life so stable, so rooted in something immutable, that she was never truly helpless. She had, perhaps unknowingly at first, been walking the path of a Stoic, learning to depend on principles, not people or possessions, to remain whole. Consider for a moment how most of us construct our lives. We meticulously build careers, cultivate relationships, accumulate possessions, seek recognition, and chase comfort. Our sense of security, our very identity, often becomes intricately tied to these external factors. We believe we are safe when our bank accounts are full, loved when our relationships are strong, successful when our reputation is high. And for a time, these external structures can provide a soothing illusion of stability. But life, as we know, is an expert at disruption. The sudden power outage is just a gentle metaphor for the myriad ways the external world can shift beneath our feet. A job is lost, a relationship ends, health declines, an unexpected financial burden appears, or a loved one departs. In these moments, if our sense of self is externally derived, we feel utterly, devastatingly helpless. The panic we observed in the dark city isn't just about the absence of light. It's the raw fear of losing control, of having our external scaffolding removed, leaving us exposed and vulnerable. This is where the Stoic path diverges, offering a profound shift in perspective. Imagine your life as a ship at sea. Most of us focus all our energy on controlling the winds, the waves, the weather, things fundamentally outside our power. A Stoic, however, understands that while we cannot control the storm, we can absolutely control the ship's rudder, the set of its sails, and the resolve of its captain. The Stoic turns inward, focusing on what is truly within their sphere of influence, their judgments, their attitudes, their values, their character. This isn't about becoming indifferent or emotionless. It's about recognizing that true harm doesn't come from external events themselves, but from our interpretation and reaction to them. If the power goes out, the inconvenience is real, but the distress is often self-imposed, arising from a judgment that this situation is bad or intolerable. A Stoic, like Maria, would acknowledge the inconvenience, but not allow it to disrupt her inner peace. She understands that her security isn't contingent on an uninterrupted power supply, but on her ability to adapt, to respond rationally, and to find contentment in any circumstance. This inner stability is cultivated through deliberate practice, a daily commitment to virtue. It means prioritizing wisdom over ignorance, courage over fear, justice over injustice, and temperance over excess. These are the principles upon which the unbreakable core is forged. They are the only possessions that can never be taken from you, for they reside within. No market crash can devalue your integrity. No betrayal can steal your capacity for kindness. No illness can diminish your inner strength to face adversity with dignity. When you depend on principles, you are never truly alone, never truly lost. Your internal compass always points true. If a friendship falters, you don't collapse because your sense of worth was tied to that person. You draw on your principles of self-respect and resilience. If your career takes an unexpected turn, you don't despair because your identity was tied to that title. You draw on your principles of adaptability and resourcefulness. You become like a tree with roots so deep that even the fiercest gale cannot uproot it entirely. It might sway, it might lose a few leaves, but its core remains firmly grounded. Maria's calm in the darkness wasn't the absence of feeling, but the presence of something far more powerful, an inner fortress built on the bedrock of her own character. She was free, not because she controlled her circumstances, but because she controlled her response to them. She was whole, not because everything was going her way, but because her sense of wholeness came from within. So, how do we begin to forge this unbreakable core? It starts with mindful attention to our judgments, asking ourselves, is this truly within my control? Am I attaching my peace to something external and therefore unstable? It involves a daily commitment to practicing virtue, to act with integrity, courage, and wisdom, even in the smallest moments. It means cultivating acceptance for what is, rather than railing against what isn't. The beauty of self-reliance, Stoic style, isn't about isolating ourselves or becoming cold. It's about achieving a profound sense of inner freedom, knowing that come what may, the lights going out, the plans falling apart, the world shifting on its axis, you possess an inner resource that remains untouched, an unbreakable core that ensures you are never truly helpless. You are always whole, always capable, because your true strength emanates from within. What does self-reliance truly mean to you? How do you currently cultivate your inner strength? Or where might you begin to build your own unbreakable core? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing or sharing this message with someone who might benefit from forging their own path to inner freedom. Until next time, may your inner life be a beacon, no matter how dark the night.